I'm here with Scott Chasen, UDK beat writer. Scott, what do you think the turning point was in this game for the Jayhawks to turn around and ended up winning?
Well, absolutely. You look at the stretch. West Virginia, they had the lead for a while going into this game, especially going into the first half. The buzzer beater there by, I want to say, Natalie Knight was absolutely huge. But you look at the second half. Asia Boyd makes back-to-back baskets, gives Kansas its first lead in over, I think, 20 minutes. And really, when she gets going, that's kind of what drives the team. You talk about a player like Lauren Aldridge. She obviously gets everything started as the point guard of this team, and she initiates the offense. But when Asia Boyd is feeling it, the intensity rises to another level, and it kind of mirrors the player that she is. She's a very intense player on the court, and so when she starts to get it going, the rest of the team really picks it up.
We were talking in the press room. Someone brought up the question that it didn't seem like Chelsea Gardner was dominating, but to me it seemed like she really was dominating the game. It seemed like she was the focal point offensively and defensively. What did you see?
Well, and definitely, I think she was dominating on the boards more than anything. It's one thing to look at points. 20 points is nothing for her. She's done that this year. That's been the same story. But 20 rebounds, she had multiple possessions where she got 2 offensive rebounds or a defensive rebound and an offensive rebound on the other side. So, just looking at how she controls the game on the glass, it makes such a big difference for the team. They didn't shoot a great percentage in the first half, especially from 3, but they're still able to close it out because they're getting all those rebounds. And honestly, she's a force on the inside. We've heard every single coach come in here after the game and say she was the focal point, she was the first person we looked at, and it really makes a difference.
So you mentioned the 3-point shooting, the free throws as well. Those are 2 staples of this Kansas team in terms of offensively what they can do. How were they able to push through and score points even though the 3-point shooting was off and they didn't shoot? They shot below 60% from the free throw line.
Well, I think Coach Hendrickson talked about it a bit. She mentioned they were able to get out in transition. And it really all starts with the defense. You're dead on. The free throw shooting wasn't there, about 50%. 3-point shooting in the first half was pretty bad. But when they can make plays defensively, get out in transition and get those easy baskets, it works wonders for a team. Especially this game was in the 60s and 50s. This was not a first to 100 type game that maybe we saw earlier in the year against Alabama, where it was 85-80 and it just looked like whoever had the ball last was going to win. I think this is the style they want to play. They want to get up and down the court and play with a fast tempo, but they still want to have some respect for themselves on the defensive side of the ball. So ultimately a really good win for the team.
All right, Scott, thank you for joining us. Scott Chasen, beat writer from the University Daily Kansan. Thanks again.